what kind of cheap kimono is that? Unbelievable.
Oh my.
Your kimono is now a grape garden.
This is Miss Hannah's kimono.
Huh?
It's worth $30,000.
Trouble Busters!
Oh boy, what kind of cheap kimono is that? Unbelievable.
My name is Helen. My mother-in-law, Kathy, called me over, so I'm here at my in-laws by myself. My husband is currently on a business trip.
I'm glad you're here. I love having you as my company.
Oh my God, who did this?
Oh?
It seems like my mother-in-law got tricked again. Yes, I know who the culprit was. It was Helen. I was watching her.
Is it true, Helen?
Oh, Hannah, please be nice to Helen. Helen, why don't you tell her? You can tell her not to tell you what to do, especially since you don't do crap at home. I know you've been lazy since Alan is on his business trip.
That's not true. I've been doing everything I could do.
Helen, can I talk to you for a second?
Yes?
There you go. My mother-in-law hates people like you.
Kathy, I'm not talking to you. This is why I don't like you.
What is she mad at me for? Oh, I have an idea.
Oh my, what's happened?
That's the face. I did this because I wanted to see your face like that. I'm sure this cheap kimono looks a little better now.
What have you done?
Hannah's going to hate you even more.
Oh God.
Hurry up and tell me that your kimono is now a grape garden.
This is Miss Hannah's kimono.
Huh?
It's worth $30,000.
What? You're kidding.
Hey, I wanted to ask the two of you about the recipe you used the other day.
Oh, how convenient. Helen started pouring wine all over me in the kimono.
That's not true, Miss Hannah. I just got back, and Miss Kathy had poured wine on the kimono.
I would never do anything like that. Look at me. I have some wine all over me, too. I am clearly the victim here.
Oh, Miss Hannah, please believe me. It wasn't me.
You'd better admit it, Helen. You're obviously the culprit.
Hold on a second.
Yes, of course. Miss Hannah, please do whatever you wish with Helen.
Why did you know that Helen's kimono belonged to me, Kathy?
Huh?
I only purchased this kimono earlier this year. Helen is the only person who knows about it.
She's the culprit. How dare she do this to me? I can't let her keep harassing me like this. I'm going to fight for myself. I'm not letting her get away with this. Trouble Busters!
Helen told me.
How so?
She told me as she was pouring wine all over it. She said she hated how you always tell her what to do, so I figured the kimono belonged to you.
I never said anything like that. When I got back here, the kimono had wine all over it.
Helen, you need to stop lying. I know you were throwing a tantrum.
Why is there wine on your clothes, Kathy?
Helen did this.
That's not true. I saw you pouring wine all over yourself.
Why would I ever pour wine on Miss Hannah's kimono?
You were trying to get me in trouble again.
That's not true. I don't make any mistakes, and I always do things perfectly. Right, Miss Hannah?
So what? The fact that you take care of things around the house has nothing to do with the wine that was poured onto this kimono. How would I know you wouldn't have done this if you might have hated me so much?
Why are you taking Helen's side?
I'm not taking sides, but I'm just saying this because you're acting as if you had nothing to do with this.
Look, Helen poured wine all over me, too.
I said,
are you sure about that?
Of course I am. Have I ever lied to you before?
Not that I remember.
Right, I'm innocent, and I have wine all over me.
You can't change your story later. Let me ask you one more time. Did Helen really pour wine on you?
Yes.
I see. I need the two of you to stay here.
Where are you going?
I'm grabbing some baking soda.
Oh, I see. Thank you so much, Miss Hannah. Oh, you have a smartphone on you? Who are you texting?
Oh, it's from a friend.
Great. There are no cameras around here. Thank you so much, Miss Hannah.
Miss Kathy?
What is it? Are you ready to apologize now?
I wanted to ask you a question.
What is it?
You said that I poured wine all over you in Miss Hannah's kimono.
Yep, I said that because this is what you've done.
Can I ask why the wine is poured on so differently?
Huh?
The wine that's poured onto the kimono looks like it was splashed all over it, while your clothes look like it was poured from directly above.
Huh? Who cares about that? That's not important.
The way your clothes are soiled shows how the wine was poured on from a closer distance when you were just standing around.
So what? You did this to me.
That doesn't make sense, does it?
What do you mean?
Why haven't you resisted when someone poured wine on you?
Well, that's because I never imagined that you would do something like this.
Even though the kimono had wine all over it already? If I were you, I would have expected that she'd pour wine on me.
I was so shocked I couldn't react to you.
But you would have resisted, wouldn't you? And I'm sure your clothes should have looked as if you'd resisted. But I wonder why your clothes don't look that way.
I already said that I was too shocked to react to you.
But you clearly reacted.
Huh? When?
Helen, what are you doing? Stop this. That's what you were screaming out loud.
I heard your voice too.
Are you saying that you were screaming as you were just standing around?
That's right.
Helen, what are you doing? Stop this. Who would react like that? Is that even possible?
It happened, so it was possible. Stop talking nonsense like this.
We don't have a witness and we don't have any evidence. This is all we could do to figure out who was the culprit.
It's true that I could have poured wine all over myself, but who would ever do that?
You would, because you wanted to trick me into this situation.
You're only talking about possibilities. You can't prove a single thing.
Yes, I could.
Show me then.
Let me prove it then. Both you and I were capable of pouring the wine at a close distance.
See, I was right.
But there will be a difference in how the clothes would be soiled. If I poured the wine on you, I could hold on to the bottle as is, but you would have had to hold the bottle by twisting your arm a bit.
There's no way you could figure that out by looking at how the clothes were soiled.
I'm an amateur, and I wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Right, so what's the point of even talking about this? You're acting as if you're a detective, but you're not. And I know you're not going to be able to prove a single thing. You're so clever being all ready to get away with what you've done. Is that how much you want to bring me down?
I just want to make sure I'm not taking the blame for something I've never done.
But you still haven't proven a single thing.
If I haven't, all I need to do is analyze.
How? Are you going to study that from now on?
No, I could ask someone who's already an expert.
How? You need to stop talking about this nonsense.
It's not nonsense. Social media is so convenient nowadays. I could connect myself with pretty much anyone. I'm going to ask this person to see if he could help me prove my innocence.
What? A bloodstain analysis?
There's always an expert to every genre that you could search for, and this person seems like they've gotten good at analyzing what we need right now.
Oh, you shouldn't involve other people like that.
But this is a huge deal, Miss Kathy. This kimono is worth $30,000 and you're trying to place the blame on me. I can't just let it go. Miss Hannah, can I borrow a pen and piece of paper?
Go ahead. Wait, what are you trying to do?
Maybe she's doing some touch-ups.
Touch-ups?
Thank you for waiting. This is a memorandum. Please read carefully.
I did not pour wine on Miss Hannah's kimono. If it turns out that I was the culprit, I'm willing to pay $30,000 to both Miss Hannah and Miss Kathy. If Miss Kathy turns out that she was the culprit, she will be paying both Miss Hannah and me $30,000 each.
Miss Kathy, I need you to sign this.
Why do I have to?
We're home! Any crying child around here?
Oh, Alan, Mr. David.
Why are you guys here?
My business trip ended sooner than I thought. Me too. We figured that we could come back home to spend some time with you guys.
Oh, out of all days.
Let me tell you what happened here.
I see. We should get to the bottom of this.
Oh, Alan.
Mom, you said you're not the culprit, right? And you're saying that Helen did this, right? Why don't you just sign that memorandum then? What's the problem?
But if this turns out to be true, you're going to have to pay a total of $60,000.
Helen, you didn't do it, did you?
I did not. I swear to the universe.
That's a big decision. Okay then, Mom, why don't you accept it?
But I didn't know.
Does that mean you're the culprit?
Oh, who cares anymore? Anyone makes a mistake. We shouldn't be wasting time figuring out who did this.
Answer his question, Kathy. Are you the culprit?
I may have gotten too excited and poured some wine all over myself.
Were you opening a bottle of wine like you would open a bottle of champagne all by yourself?
I told you not to change your story earlier when I asked you.
But I may have done this to myself, but
You're really not making any sense. You clearly did this to yourself, and you're saying that you may have done this to yourself?
it doesn't make me the culprit who spilled wine all over Miss Hannah's kimono.
I guess so.
You can't make false allegations against me without being able to prove a thing.
But that's exactly what you were trying to do to me earlier.
That's right. Helen was the one who did this to the kimono. I may have done this to myself, but not to the kimono.
I'm sorry when you're explaining that, as you seem to be quite heated up, but what about the wine that splashed onto your shoulders? They look like they splashed on when you were pouring wine all over the kimono.
You're just making that up.
Yep, so can we analyze this to make things clear?
Oh, you just want to make me the bad guy, don't you?
It must have been you, Mom.
Oh, Alan.
It sounds like you've been harassing Helen every time I've been away on my business trips.
Oh, you're just misunderstanding everything.
I'll find out if I'm misunderstanding or not after we make things black and white. If you're innocent, why can't you just sign that memorandum?
Oh.
Kathy, if it turns out that you were the culprit, not only am I going to make sure you replace my kimono, but I'm going to ask you to leave this house.
What?
Why are you looking so surprised? If it turns out that you were guilty of this, not only did you soil my kimono, but you've also tried to make Helen the culprit for what you've done. Why would I ever want to let you live in my house knowing what you've done?
But my husband lives in this house.
Don't worry, I'll live in my company dorm if that happens.
What? Oh, we can't go back to the dorm after all these years.
What do you mean? If you were the culprit, I'm breaking up with you.
Break up?
There's no way I would continue living with someone like you if it turns out that you would do anything like this.
Fine. Let me admit it so I could at least atone for some of my sins. I was the one who poured wine all over Miss Hannah's kimono.
What for?
I thought it belonged to Helen. It looked like a nice kimono, so I just wanted to harass her by ruining it.
How dare you do that to my wife?
But it was Helen's fault for getting on my nerves all the time. You guys can't just pick on me about this. I feel like I'm getting bullied.
Bullied?
I mean, you know, I admitted to what I've done, so I should be forgiven.
Of course not.
What makes you think that we would forgive you as long as you admit to what you've done?
You made up that rule for yourself. And you're not trying to atone for your sin. You're just trying to get away with it. We're not letting you do that.
But Hannah made me do this because she's always nitpicking on me. That's why I wanted to make sure Helen ends up being a worse wife than I am. And that's how I figured I could watch Hannah struggle with terrible wives around her. If only I knew that what goes around comes around, I would never have done what I did.
Nope, that is not the point. Nothing ever justifies harassment, even if you ever felt that another person had harassed you. As for me, I decided to express appreciation to my husband's grandmother regarding this incident. Miss Hannah was the one who was able to figure out who was the culprit. I only said those things after reading the message that she sent me.
It was up to you whether you chose to take that fight or not. I only shared with you the knowledge that I had. The memorandum and the bloodstain analysis was what you've done without my help.
Miss Hannah was so kind to apologize to me on Miss Kathy's behalf. She also told me that it would have been easy for her to just take my side, but she also was concerned that I wouldn't ever be able to stand on my ground on my own, and that's why she wanted me to take that fight. We're all grown-ups, and there's no reason for Miss Hannah to take responsibilities like that. And I really love spending time with you, Miss Hannah.
What? Why are you saying that all of a sudden? You're making me shy. I'm not going to be less strict on you just because you're acting nice to me like that, but maybe we could have a cup of tea and take a nice break.
Sure, Miss Hannah. Trouble Busters!